Hi all, this is part 3 of 7th Reja video. In this video, we will discuss how to migrate data from S3 to RDS MySQL database using the AWS database migration service. And of our discussion today, we will first we will discuss on the GitHub URL where we will get the details for the database, dummy database creation. Then we will create some roles in IAM and S3 bucket we will create. And in S3 bucket, we will add some dummy data we will take data from GitHub URL and add some dummy data in S3. And after that, we will create a EC2 instance. That instance will work as a client, SQL client. So you can create this client in your local system and on-premises system, or either you can use the EC2 system on AWS itself, right? So this is the optional thing for this POC. And after that, we will go and create the RDS MySQL database where we will create this database on AWS. And this is our target system, and source system will be our S3 bucket. This is just opposite of the last video where we have migrated from MySQL to S3. Now here we are migrating from S3 to MySQL. So we will create the same process for the DMS. We will create first replication instance. After that, we will define the source endpoint. Here, source endpoint will be our S3 bucket, and then we will create a target endpoint. Target endpoint will be our MSQL, RDS MSQL server, right? Now, after this creating this replication source and target, we will go and create database of migration task. Now, when task will be completed, then we can see that all the data, whatever we added, submit dummy data to the S3, that will be moved to the our RDS MySQL database, and we will connect with the EC2 system with that DB server, and we will check the details for migrated data, right? Now, this is the POC, whatever we will do, and later on, we will go and delete all those resources over there. So this is the flow here. You can see this is the region we are using Virginia East 1 region for that, and using default VPC here because we're not going to create any VPC here. And first zone, we will use one EC2 system which will act as a MySQL client. So this system we will connect and install the MS SQL client over there. After that, we will go and create one MySQL RDS MSQL server in AWS. After this will be our target system, and source we will take the S3 and we will put some dummy data over here in S3. After that, we will start this DMS tool and we'll start this task, and which will take data from S3 and move to the RDS system. And we will check those data from our MS SQL client, which is an EC2 system. So I have put all those things in different availability zone. You can see one availability US East 1A, 1B, and 1C, which is there, different. So we will do all those things in our POC today. So this is the GitHub URL. So let's go and start our POC. So first I'm logging with this GitHub URL, and I will show you what is over there. We will go and download the things first from GitHub. You can see this is two zip code.json file is there and zip.jsp. So I am going to download this zip file. You can see it is downloaded. Now opening showing folder, you can see this is downloaded. Now I am going to open this. I'm opening that system unzip, right? Extract in same folder, right? It seems we have already this folder. Let me delete first folder. Okay, I am deleted that folder, right? So I'm going to unzip here now. 7-zip unzip here, same folder. You can see it is extracted here. Now I will go over there and it will show this folder. You can see we have two zip.csv and zip code.json file. I will open both files and I will show you this file. This is the GSV. You can see this is the data which contain that uh, content data details for the books, New York library, and something we have some data over in zip file. And you can see here in the JSON file, I will show you here. This is showing the headers also. What is the column name? Our zip table name, zip code, right? And column name, zip, place, state. This is a table, right? Which a country, latitude and longitude, which is over there, and same data is in this CSV file, not this one. This CSV file, right? Header is in here. You can see header is in here. So we will use this data and we will put all those details in the MySQL table. This is our target. So we have copies the sample data here. We will put this data to the file to the S3, right? So let's go and start. We have seen this thing, right? And next step is create the role in S3 bucket. So first we need to go the add the DMS service. So here this is name of DMS role name is S3 to MySQL. So I am going to log in with this console here, right? And opening the IAM and S3 here, right? And RDS database migration. I'm opening everything here, right? And here you can see I'm opening RDS here. So this is our IAM. You can see roles here. We have default 5 roles here. So I will go and create one role. This role we need to create for the DMS service, right? So I'm selecting DMS here. Use case DMS. I'm going to that, and I will give here full access for RDS. Full access, right? I'm selecting this. And S3, this is only reading the data, so I can give the read only access. Is sufficient over here, right? So you can see Amazon RDS full access and S3 read only access. I've given this S3 read only access only for reading the data. And next tag, I'm giving this value over here, S3 to MySQL role name, and I'm creating this role, right? And this role, this ARN we will use in the DMS when we will create a DMS instance, right? That time we will use that task, migration task. Okay, we have done this. Now we'll go to the S3 management, and here we will go and create the one bucket here. That bucket will be our source one, right? So I am my DMS 873. I am just going to create it. Just I'm giving the name in the US Eastern region, and with default setting, I'm creating this bucket. Bucket is created successfully. You can see, right? That is created, right? Now bucket is created. Now next step, what we need to do? We need to add dummy data to the bucket, right? So in the bucket, you can see this bucket name is there. We will go and create folder in the manner that first one is a address, folder name address, right? So we will go and create the folder name address. I'm going over there and create folder, right? And giving the name address, right? So just create folder. So create address is created here. And you can see mapping address is just like a database name or schema name. So you can see our data, you can see address is our zip code schema name, right? Table owner. And second one is the zip code. Zip code is table name. Table name is zip code, right? So we will go and create next folder structure for that zip code, right? So go to the S3 and we are inside this address. I'm going to create folder, one more folder, address, zip code, right? So it is just like a schema or a database name, next table name. So this is zip code, right? You can see a zip code is there, right? So now after that, we need to copy the URL. Like here, you can see copy S3 URI. So we got this URI, and I'm noting this URI in the notepad, right? You can see. Now I've written here unzip zip.csv to S3 bucket and zip folder, right? Now we will add a file, upload zip.csv here, right? So upload zips.csv, I've already showed you that zips.csv. So we will go over and upload the data over here. So what we will do, we will do an upload, add file. I will take this file already selected, right? Download MySQL. Okay, so I will select it zip.csv. You can see, and I will go and upload it. So you can see uploading, transferring data is successfully uploaded, right? So I'm closing it. You can see this zip.jsp is contain the data only. In this folder, we have put in format like a schema, database name, table name, and data. This is the sequence you need to keep. Right? Whatever your database name and address, table name, you need to keep in like that, right? So we have done this thing, and after I'm mapping things, I have already told this thing to you. So go to the next. So we have added to dummy data. This is our source is ready, S3 with data. Now we need to go to create the target, but before that we need to create the client machine, right? The client is anywhere. This is optional thing. So I will go and I will create this client machine on here it itself in EC2 instance. So this is RDS and this so RDS. So I will open my EC2 here, right? This is EC2 system, and I'm going to create one instance over here, and that will act as a client machine, right? So I am an instance running system. You can see no nothing is running over there. So I'm launching one Amazon EC2 instance, and I'm selecting it. Same I will use the T2 micro over here, right? And next configuration details. So if you want to put in 1A, so I'm selecting 1A here and using this default VPC, default volume, and but I'm putting name here. This is my SQL client machine, right? And security group, we need to go and create security group. I will take this name from here. SQL as the MySQL client or INT, right? MySQL client I have written here. Now I'm putting the same name description and I'm opening this rule like MSQL Aurora. Anywhere I'm opening this anywhere, right? And review and launch. I'm launching this instance, right? So after this launching this instance, we will go and connect with this instance, right? So let's go and connect with Git pass. So I'm going to the download, right? And here we will go and connect with instance, right? So let's check whether instance is ready or not. Let's go over there. I'm clicking on the instance. You can see it is running, right? So I'm just selecting it and trying to connect it using SSH client. Now you can see it is connected, right? Now after connected, we need to go and install the MySQL over there. This is a client we need to install, right? So I think we need to take sudo first. I'll take the sudo command. It is installing. I think it is installed. So we need to go and check version. It is installed, right? So we have done this work. Now we need to go and create the RDS assistant. As of now, we have done the source system is ready and my client machine is ready for connecting this MySQL database. So we need to go and create the SQL database, right? So just go to the RDS and create one database over there, right? So this is RDS instance, right? You can see here we don't have any database, so just go and create a database, right? In steps I have mentioned over here what is the select EG method and select the free tier one, right? So I'm selecting this EG one and I'm selecting MySQL, right? Here MySQL and I'm selecting this free tier one. And this instance name I'm taking from that there, and you can see user password already there. So I'm selecting password here. You can, if you want, you can generate it here. And I'm going with default setting, right? And go and directly create the database directly. So after creating the database, we required endpoint to connect with database, right? And after we need to change the security group for accessing it from the EC2 instance. We need to give the permission to the EC2 instance security group, right? So after creating it, we will give the access, right? So let's wait because it will take 10 to 15 minutes for creating. So I'm just pausing this video. Now you can see here, this instance, RDS instance is created successfully, right? Now we will go and see the endpoint. You can see this endpoint is for this RDS is this one. So I'm copying in Notepad here, right? So we have done now. See what we need to add this access to the RDS instance by accessing from the client EC2 client, right? This is default security group is there, so I am giving the access to in this security group. This security group going to the inbound rule, and I'm editing here. Adding this one, and this is a security group for the client machine. I'm showing you this step because this is all traffic is clear here, but it is not useful because we are using the only open those port which is useful as RDS instance. So I'm telling you this is step whatever is IP we want to open from this RDS, we need to open in this security group, right? So it is updated, right? You can see this is admin updated here, this port number. This is our RDS, right? So I will see next step. Now we have done all those things. Now we will go and create this instance, DMS instance, right? So it's better we can go first connect to this instance and check, or later on we can go and check. Both are same thing. First, let me check it from here. This endpoint is already there. So let me connect with this instance from EC2 before connecting it. This is the command we have written here. I'm taking this one. I'm creating the command. I'm copying this endpoint for MySQL DB. I'm just going to trying to connect from the client machine, right? Now I've successfully connected. So it is showing -p, right? Now I will check out the database detail, which how much databases we have in this current in Excel. You can see we don't have any library, right? Any books data. This is default database we have there. So we will go after DMS service. We will check here again. We'll come back here, right, later on. So now in the DMS side, first we need to go to create the replication instance, right? So we will go in the DMS side and create the DMS instance, right? So this is a service. We don't have anything. So first replication instance, we don't have any instances there. So I'm going to create one instance here, right? So you can see here, this is a T3 medium. It is chargeable. So for doing this, I'm including the previous generation instance classes. and I am going to select T2 Micro. This is free version, right? So for that, I'm taking this 8 GB space only. You can see I mentioned here everything. And default with PPC, I am selecting this one. Multi-agent is not required currently. And publicly accessible, it is okay, right? And I am going to select this availability zone 1B, right? And default subnet, right? And VPC security group, I am using default here. So everything is good. Now we need to go and create the replication instance, right? So just I'm going to create, and you can see it will actually, it's a replication instance. It will take time for a few minutes for creating it. You can see it is creation is started here creating, and it will take little bit time. So let's wait, and I will come back again when it is done, right? Now you can see here our replication instance is ready here. Now we will go and create the endpoints. First we will create the source endpoint. Source endpoint is our S3, right? So let's go over in this document. Source is S3. So I am just giving the name S3 source over here. This is our source S3, and source engine is Amazon S3, right? And this is the role which we have created in here in the IAM side, right? So I am just copying this role here. Run for this role, I am pasting here, and bucket name, we have created bucket name here earlier. Our bucket name is myTMS 873. So I am putting here. Now table structure, which is asking JSON format, we need to give to JSON here, right? Any bucket folder we don't have. So just go, I will show you here. I've given this in, and table structure. So we need to copy and paste the zip code.json, which I have shown you here. This is our structure. I'm copying our JSON structure to the in our table structure, right? It is copied here. You can see here. This is structure. This is a table which we use here. And bucket folder not required, right? You can see a bucket folder not required. Now test connection, right? So for test the connector connection, we will go there, and this is default PPC, and this is our replication instance. We will go and check the test. Now it is, you can see S3 source endpoint identifier and replication instance here, and status is testing. It will take a few seconds for testing, and it will show the status for the testing successfully or not. So meanwhile, I'm just going to this source point is created. After that, we will go and create the target endpoint. And target endpoint is our RDS MySQL server. So we will take this thing from there. Just check. You can see it is successful, right? Now we will create the endpoint. This is our source endpoint is created here, right? Now next step, we will go and create the target endpoint. I'm selecting this target endpoint, and this is I'm using this RDS instance, right? So I'm selecting this RDS instance, and now we need to select the RDS instance. We created this RDS instance earlier. I'm selecting this, right? Now you can see we are getting everything here. Now we will go and provide access information manually. This is our endpoint, right? And this is port and admin. Now we need to provide the password for the DB for connecting. I provided this password, and after that we will go there and test our test connection. Same thing. You can see we have done all those things for the target endpoint. Now we have click on the test connection. Now it is, you can see it is showing the test connection over there. Testing is in progress, right? So it will take a little bit. After that, we will create a database migration task. I will show you meanwhile those things. You can see we need to create the migration task where we will task identifier found S3 to MySQL, and we will select the replication instance, source endpoint, and target endpoints. And we will do some migration type edge migration existing data, and task setting. We will select this thing, and table mapping. What we need to table, we need to migrate. So this mapping we need to do. After that, we will start the task, create task, and that file will be moved from S3 to the our database, right? So I will show you here. You can see, meanwhile, you can see this is our target one is successful. So just go and create the endpoint. You can see both endpoints are created. Now we will go and create the database migration task. So I'm creating this one identifier. I'm just giving S3 to MySQL, and replication instance. I'm selecting this replication instance. Source endpoint is S3. S3 source, target endpoint is database, right? And migration existing data, migrate existing data. We will see the widget, right? And after that, we will do the table mapping, and we will add new selection rule, right? So schema, we need to select enter schema. Now schema name and table name we need to provide. You can see schema name will go with blank, and all we will take all schema and all table, right? So just something mistake. Okay. So we will include everything. Now we will go and create the migration task directly. So what will happen when we click on here? You know that we have already added this zip file data here that will move to the our RDS SQL database, right? So let's do it. I'm just creating creating that task. First, it will create the task. Then after that, it will migrate the data, right? So task is in progress. It will take a little bit time. So meanwhile, I will show you. You can see it will so it will transfer to the 9 records over there. 9 records had been created in database, right? So earlier, if you remember that we have connected with this one, and we can see we don't have any database itself here, right? Let me show again. Nothing is here, right? Because it is task is still running, right? So let me refresh it. You can see this is task is ready now. After that, it will migrate. It will start the migration project, right? Now it is ready. Now it progress. You can see it is showing 0%. So if we click on here, you can see progress is showing 0%. So let's wait for a few more seconds. You can see it is in progress, right? Now you can see here it is showing load completed 100%. Now I'm just opening it. You can see here progress showing 100%. Now table details. You are clicking on that. You can see schema and address, zip code, table completed 10 seconds like that, and it is showing 9 full row, total rows 9. Right? It's showing the details. So let's go and check in the client itself. You can see we have checked here, it is showing no database. So I'm just showing it again. You can see here it is showing new address here, right? So you can see here I have just created this thing. So databases huge address is created, right? So we will go here and go inside that address, right? So in address, we can see so tables. Yeah, so description, you can see one table zip code is created. Now we can select zip code, right? How many rows you can see it is showing nine rows. And you can see in the CSV file, we have 9 rows. Same. This is migrated from S3, this Excel sheet to the here in database directly, right? So it is done, right? And you can see the described table also. What is the configuration for this table? You can see here. Now it is successfully migrated from S3 CSV file to the RDS database, right? So we have completed this demo, but at the end as well, we are removing all the resources, deleting everything. So first we will start from the EC2. So let's go and delete. I'm closing it, right? Now EC2 side, this is our EC2 instance. So I'm just going to the EC2 site and clicking on running instance. Just this is our client machine, so I'm just directly terminating the instance. Right, it is terminated. Meanwhile, we will go and stop the migration task. You can see one database migration task is running, replication instance one is running, and two endpoints is running, right? And one load is completed is showing. Okay. So first we will go and delete the migration task. I'm just selecting this task and actions on delete. So this task will be deleted, right? It is in progress. So you can see our deletion is in progress. So okay, now we will go and delete the security group. I'm going to security group here. You can see first we need to go to default security because we've added that security in that inbound rule. So I'm editing inbound rule. I'm deleting this as the security, right, from the default one. So because it is removing, because if any security group is used to integrate with any other security, that we are not able to delete it. So first we need to remove the references for that, right? So I delete the references for that. Now I'm going to delete the security group from here. Now we are able to delete the security group, right? We have deleted that thing. And you can say this task is deleted. Now we will go and delete the endpoints. So I'm selecting first this endpoint and deleting it, right? So it will take a little bit time. So meanwhile, we can go and delete the RDS also, right? Database, this is our RDS database. So I'm going to delete it. So it will ask, don't need the snapshot, right? Because it is only for testing purpose. So I am delete me, right? So it is deleting. Now it will take again 10 minutes for deleting. So meanwhile, we can go and delete this S3 bucket, right? So first I will go and empty the bucket. This is empty, right? It is done. Now I am going to delete it. It is taking time, right? So we need to open in another window. So meanwhile, just wait for that because it is still reference are using here. So I need to delete the ST source, then we will go to delete the bucket name, right? So just wait here. Still it is going on. Now you can see this one endpoint is deleted. Now I'm going to delete the source endpoint, right? Go and delete this point, and it will take a little bit time for deleting it. So I will come back again and delete it. Now you can see here endpoint is deleted. Now we need to go and delete the replication instance, right? I'm selecting and delete it again. Deletion is taking time a little bit here. So it will take again some time for deleting this instance. And let's check what happened with RDS instance. It is still it is deleted successfully, right? Now check the subnet group. It is a name, right? I'm selecting and delete it, right? This is the subnet one. Now it is deleted. We don't have anything here. Let's check all those things on dashboard. Removing the success message, refreshing it. You can see we have deleted what is automated thing. Something is showing. I think we need to delete this one also. Delete snapshot is there, right? So we need to remove system from okay, it will delete it after some time. Oh, we deleted, right? because you have deleted at the time of creation. Just let me refresh it. You can see we don't see anything here. Now we are good from the RDS side. Now check the migration side. It is getting the replication. So let's wait for a few minutes more. Now you can see replication instance is deleted. Everything is deleted. Check the dashboard and you can see we are good from this side also, right? Now we need to go to the IAM role. I'm just refreshing it. Roles. You can see multiple roles is created. So I'm just going to delete those roles. This is 4 roles. It is created by system. This role we have created by myself, right? So I'm deleting these 4 roles here. So you can see this all 4 roles have been deleted, right? Now just go to PPT. We have mentioned everything here. 4 roles. This is deleted here. Now we have done this PPT, and next video we will meet how to migrate from MS SQL Server from instance EC2 instance or from on-premises system to the RDS MS SQL Server using the database migration tool. How we can migrate it, right? So thanks for watching this video. We will discuss in the next part for this video. Then if you like this video, please like my video and subscribe my channel. Bye for now. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you. Thanks for joining.